This is Toyo. If you've been living under a rock for the past year, he's a YouTuber who turns Minecraft into random game genres such as an RPG, a roguelike, and a dating simulator. Okay. His Minecraft, but it's an RPG video, is among my favorites from his channel, and it also inspired me to purchase the software he used, RPG in a Box. I bought it, played around with it, and then never touched it again. What can I say, I was busy. Recently, while I was scrolling for games to play, I saw it in my stream library, and being quite bored that day, I decided to open it up. After being fresh off uploading the one-shot video and generally being super autistic over the game, I decided, let's make a voxel model of Nico. Figured it would turn out poorly since it was looking weird during the modeling session. I was pretty sure it would turn out terrible. Oh, that looks pretty alright actually. When I finished the model, I thought that would be it, but something in the back of my mind was calling to me like Green Goblin's master, Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Spider-Man recently.
So maybe I could turn this into a project to show people what I am capable of. Or maybe I thought it would be good content or something. I don't know. So, I decided to continue making things right, giving Nico a walking cycle, and then later putting the sun in their hands, and generally just making the model look a little bit better. One thing I liked about the model is, if you don't have the sun in your hands, it makes Nico look really dark, and makes the colors look very flat, and it just looks like I just slapped the actual sprite from the game into this. If you looked at it from a distance, it would just look like a 2D sprite. And I thought that was kinda cool. By the way, I could have actually just slapped in the one-shot sprites into it, but where's the fun in that? One thing that was important to me was to make the model look as accurate to the sprite as possible, which, I will be honest, was not that easy. I had to take some creative liberties as some parts of the sprite just did not make sense. Like, bro, why is the back of your sprite ears like that? What? However, after trial and error, I am quite happy with how it looked. The RPG in the Box Discord server also loved it, which did give me a lot of motivation. After finishing up Nico, I was trying to figure out what I should make next. I ended up going with the gas mask that Nico wears in the Barrens, as I thought it would be the, well, next logical step. After making some Barrens tiles and tweaking the lighting, to make it look like it actually is one-shot, I modeled the gas mask, which was actually really annoying to make. Even though it took me under an hour, it was just really awkward. It took a while to actually get it working in the game, so it actually fits the sprite. I had to make it slightly bigger than Nico, since I modeled it exactly where the sprite was, instead of having it be like an overlay. In reality, I feel like I should have made an overlay, but it just wouldn't have been sprite accurate, and then honestly, it would look really weird. Originally, the eyes were actually lenses. I just made them transparent, but it kinda looked bad. So I just made them flat colors instead, and made the colors emissive. So, once I added the gas mask to Nico's face, I decided to take it a step further and use RPG in a Box's effects system to make it look like they were actually breathing out the mask. I thought it looked kinda cool, though I am unsure if I'll actually keep it. Well, you guys can decide that if you want. I'm on the fence that I think it looks nice and adds a lot to it, but even if it's not from the original game, I feel like extra details should not be, shunned out. Once programming into the game, I learnt about emissive colors, which I talked about a second ago, which are basically colors that glow. And I added it to Nico's eyes and the gas mask, and I thought it looked really, really nice. From afar, it actually literally just looks like the sprite from the game, and I think that's really cool. After being happy with the results, I decided to keep up my pace and start modeling other things. I modeled some rails and a minecart that you can find around the Barrens as little details, and I placed them in the little map that I have. It could be better, but I feel like as a start and as a base plate, it's pretty decent and gets the job done really well at expressing of what style I want it to look like. To be honest, from certain angles, it just looks like I got beta screenshots from OneShot. Like, why does it actually look alright? Now, things aren't perfect. I'm looking at you, Rails. But this is mostly because I am perhaps too accurate with the sprites, which causes some weird inconsistencies. For now, I decided not to fix them and keep them as is, but honestly that could change at any moment. Once again, I'm gonna ask you guys if you guys want that changed. mostly the rails. Why? But for now, I think the minecart and rails do look nice. I think they connect really well. They weren't too hard to make, actually. I think each rail took around like 2-3 minutes to make. Some of them even less, because half of them were just like, I just swapped over and changed some colors, and that's it. The corner rails were a bit funky, to be honest. So that's around the time I decided to wrap things up and started thinking to myself, do I want to continue this? Personally, I am very conflicted, since if I do continue this, I cannot release it, as that would be considered piracy to some extent, even if I modeled everything myself. It is pretty much planned to be a one-to-one recreation of OneShot, but in a new engine that makes it look 3D. On the other hand, I feel like it'll be a very fun way to interact with viewers of the channel, getting inputs and suggestions, as well as hosting voice chats and possibly live streams, making assets and programming it all together, which I think is very nice. Very nice. So what I want to do now is simply ask everyone, would you like to see more of this? I cannot guarantee everything will look great, and I can't even guarantee you can play it unless I find a way to make it so it checks if you have OneShot purchase, or if I get special clearance from OneShot's developers. Another thing is, I can't make it 100% accurate to OneShot, as OneShot has a lot of fourth wall breaking stuff, like finding files on your actual computer. Unless you're playing World Machine Edition, then it has a virtual desktop, which I'm not sure you can do in RPG in a Box. Maybe if you, like, brute forced it and, like, remove some things, maybe? I'll think on that one, actually. If not, then I have to think of a lot of workarounds, so that's going to be fun. However, one thing I can guarantee is video content from the project. I record myself making assets in the future and not accidentally stop like I did midway through Nico. I may be stupid! I do also plan on joining in voice chats in my Discord server to develop it further, stream myself, get some live feedback, generally just goof off. Yeah, that sounds fun. Speaking on that note, I do recommend joining the Discord server, as it is the quickest way to get updates on not only this, but general content. I'm also pretty active and like chatting when I'm not doing stuff. The community is fairly friendly and laid back, and we just mostly like goofing off. It's not, you know, serious business that like most YouTube Discord servers are. I also recommend checking out Toyu if you haven't, as they have been a massive inspiration for the project and made some really cool and fairly funny videos. Also, check out RPG in a Box if you're interested in this sort of stuff. It's fairly simple to learn, and I'm sure you can make something really fun if you just try hard enough. I mean, I literally learned it in one day. That Nico model is my first model in it. So, it's not exactly rocket science to make cool stuff. If you have any suggestions or feedback on what to improve and add to the project in the future, then feel free to leave it in the comments or in the Discord server. I am always open to feedback, and honestly, it'll be very important. For now, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all very soon.
Also, play OneShot.